What's bringing 32 local restaurants together under one roof?
Find out some severe weather precautions you may need to take.
Find out which department is getting a new dean.
Find out what could be happening to one of UGA's oldest traditions.
Do you have a healthy heart? The UGA Health Center can help you answer that question this week. Coming up on UGA News Source.
UGA owes a lot of money due to a football game. Good evening, I'm Caleb Frady.
And get ready for another big blast of winter. Good evening, I'm Jamie McNeely. Welcome to UGA News Source. First, we'll have a look into the weather with Kelsey.
Well, Jamie, I can go ahead and tell you that there will be snow in our near forecast, so you should probably start preparing for cold and windy weather. No, we won't have highs below freezing or 30 inches of snow, but Snowmageddon, as they've been calling it in the Northeast, will cause some major wind gusts here. All of north and central Georgia have been issued a wind advisory. Now, it may not seem like it yet, but we've been advised that tonight wind gusts could get up to 40 miles an hour. Assistant Professor John Knox has some tips to prepare you for the wind.
All the rain we've had means that the trees are kind of loose at their roots because the soil is so wet, and that means it's more likely that trees could actually fall over.
Knox suggests being careful around areas where there are a lot of old trees. The advisory also warns against driving conditions for high-profile vehicles.
Something like an SUV or maybe a Hummer, something that sticks up high into the air. So if you have trouble getting into your vehicle because it's high, then it's a high-profile vehicle. And what happens is the wind just catches it and can blow a high-profile vehicle even off the road.
He also wants to warn students to bundle up.
One other problem we might have tonight is the temperature is going to be dropping behind the cold front, but we're also going to have strong gusty winds. This leads to a phenomenon known as wind chill.
Temperatures with the wind chill could be in the low 20s or high teens. So does this mean snow?
I've heard forecasts of snow on Friday. All such reports should be taken with a grain of salt until we get a little bit closer.
But for the hopeful UGA students, he has one more piece of advice.
So hold on to your hats and wait for a forecast a little bit later in the week. And please don't clear out all the groceries with all the dry goods and everything.
Now that wind advisory is going to last until 7 p.m. on Thursday. I'll be back later with the rest of the weather.
Thanks, Kelsey.
UGA will be dishing out some hefty change for a paint spill on campus. The Environmental Protection Division has ordered the university to pay a $10,000 fine for paint spilling into Tanyard Creek. The paint was being rinsed off of equipment used to paint the field at Sanford Stadium for the Kentucky game in November.
The student government elections are coming up. Tonight at 7, the SGA will be voting on whether or not parties should be kept in the student elections. If so, candidates would run as individuals instead of running together. For those who are thinking about running, intent to run and petition of signature forms are due March 3rd by 5 p.m.
Students can now get free cholesterol screenings at the University Health Center. UGA News Source's Thomas Wilson joins us in the newsroom. Thomas, I hear it's pretty easy and free.
That's right, Caleb. There is no cost involved in these screenings, and it only takes a few minutes. I went down to the health center today and paid my doctor a visit. Liz Ranchin, the communications director at the health center, said adults are not the only ones affected by cholesterol problems.
You know, most students would think, well, I'm not at risk, but recent studies have shown that 1 out of 10 students or individuals in the United States around the age of, as I said, their late teens, early 20s, are already at risk with too high cholesterol levels.
The university offers this opportunity every year. The health center wants students to start early, stay healthy, and make good habits now to continue after you graduate.
And that's a good way to monitor your health. You want to start and establish good health practice right now at this age. Thomas, you should definitely get your cholesterol tested.
My name is Thomas Wilson, and my birthday.
So I went to the laboratory for my checkup. The process was just a simple blood test.
And they'll take it to the lab and test it, and then a couple weeks later they will send you your results in the mail. And they'll mail you a letter with your results. They test your good cholesterol, your bad cholesterol, and just to see if you have a healthy heart.
There's even an extra incentive besides getting a good report.
Sometimes some of the professors will give extra credit if their class comes in. Then we end up with a lot more than other times. It's really, there are a lot of variables involved. We certainly hope as many students as possible take advantage of this free testing.
Now, students can go this week and next week anytime between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Students are recommended to fast the morning of their appointment so that way the tests are accurate.
Well, Thomas, aside from that looking like it was maybe a little painful, do you think our professor might give us a little bit of extra credit to go get screened?
I hope so, Caleb, because you can see I got tested today, and you never know. Hopefully he'll have a change of mind. From the newsroom, Thomas Wilson, UGA News Source.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Thank you, Thomas. I'll make sure to go and take advantage of that opportunity.
A Haitian Relief Benefit Show will be held tonight at New Earth Music Hall. Local artists such as Fresh and the Whales, Lyric Jones, and Wildcard will all be performing. A minimum $3 donation will be taken at the door.
UGA is recreating the Dean of Students position here on campus. UGA News Source's Carl Glover says it's been several years since this traditional job has existed.
The National Search Committee for a University of Georgia Dean of Students is hard at work. They have recruited over 60 applications from across the country. The committee is looking for someone who stands out as a student advocate. The new Dean of Students will be located here in Tate. The new dean is expected to have great management skills, a doctorate degree, and a minimum of 10 years working closely with faculty, staff, and students. It is required to have previous experience in student affairs and someone who represents a diverse perspective. Students haven't had an individual dean of students in over 5 years. The dean will coordinate the Department of Campus Life and work with students on a daily basis. Co-chairman of the search committee, Katie Barlow, explains what it will mean to the students to have this position.
It means the students get somebody coming to work every morning thinking completely about them. They have an advocate, they have an advisor, they have someone to go to if there's an issue, and that person's job is solely to look out for the students and to respond to their needs and to their feedback.
Final candidates are expected to visit campus sometimes later this semester. The search committee will continue to evaluate the applicants. UGA News Source, I'm Carl Glover.
The hunt for the new Dean of Students is now in the screening process. Applications were due on January 29th, with interviews beginning on March 15th. The dean is expected to begin their duties on July 1st.
Coming up next, find out why UGA students are saying cheese at Tate.
Find out how long this windy and wet weather will continue.